Hey there, everybody. It is I, David Mason, aka all the other things you know. You know, the Juice Producer D and the Bowling Squirrel, for those of you who follow me there. Hey guys, it is the OTPH show. We are coming to you live tonight, and this show is called Don't Call It a Comeback. First off, let me say I'm sorry last week we didn't do a show. It was a long week, and I got busy doing stuff. Next thing I know, it was like bedtime. But again, tonight's show, Don't Call It a Comeback. We're talking about some of the greatest comeback stories in the last 100 years. We're talking Michael Jordan, the Red Sox over the Yankees, Flyers over the Bruins, the Patriots racing a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. We're also talking about one other comeback. Guys, I ain't calling it a comeback, but we have somebody here tonight that I'm guaranteeing you everybody is going to love to see one more time. It is the man, the myth, the legend, my cousin, one of the greatest people I know, and that's what he paid me to tell you. Scott LaFond is here tonight, everybody. Let me bring them on in here to come say hi to you guys.
What's up, everybody? Dave, I don't pay you shit anymore. This is your show. What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me back, Dave. Yeah, I had to have a little bit of a break and kind of pursue some other goals of mine. I am a writer/reporter now over at the Granite Bugle, as you can see in the logo. I cover New England, New Hampshire, current events. I have some conspiracy videos that I react to and stuff like that as well. But for the most part, it's going to be just follow me for text reports pretty much for right now until I get established on X and Rumble. That's where I'll be live streaming. And then all of my edited videos will go to YouTube because fuck them. They're falling apart. And fuck them for monopolizing and doing all the horrible shit that they've done. I don't know if you've been watching the news at all, but Google, the whole internet dynamic is going to change like hardcore. From Elon Musk threatening to buy Google, or not Google, but YouTube off of Google because they're going to have a lot of lawsuits coming their way. Yeah, so it's a pretty incredible world. I'm kind of doing that kind of stuff. I feel a little bit more fulfilled, and I also get to kill two birds with one stone. I get to be here and help you, Dave. You've been doing great. Like I was saying before, I think you bring a different type of dynamic to the show that, you know, kind of was drowned out by me. And I think it's hard to get in relation with somebody or hear a message if somebody's constantly screaming at you like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh! Hey, what's up, Red? How you doing, buddy? So, yeah, the Granite Bugle, I'll be following corruption and also doing conspiracy theory stories and all different types of stuff like that. So, you can follow me there. I am on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. It's Scott LaFond. You can follow me there too. I do everything that you see on Facebook. It will be on X. All the videos, all my live streams and stuff like that will be on X and Rumble. Because I'm not going to give YouTube the benefit of the fucking doubt. They can laugh my people. How you been, buddy?
Yeah, so, well, everything going good. But nice to see Red. Red actually missed the last show. I think he was busy doing something, like not getting arrested or something. But no, all going well. I got a fun pattern we're going to be bowling on tomorrow night. One that you might actually hear grown men cry. So that should be fun.
I don't ever want to hear a grown man cry. Actually, you know, I think that men should cry, to be honest with you. Ever since my son was born, I cry at like everything. Like a Hallmark commercial will come on. I'm like, you motherfuckers got me again. You son of a bitch. I love you, son. My son's like looking at me like, Dad, what the fuck happened to you? And I blame it on him. I'm like, it's your fucking fault, you little prick.
You did this to me.
Yeah.
My number one thing is when you see like parents reuniting with their kids after coming back from like Iraq or Afghanistan, and you see the kids crying, and I'm like, go us.
Yeah. No, those get me too. Yeah, those get me. But I mean, that's a thing, you know, you're a human being, you know. And men should be in touch with their feelings, not like overly in touch with their feelings, but I mean, you should be able to cry and not feel like a pussy, you know. A good cry helps out a lot of things. I will say that. So
it makes you feel better in most cases. Chad, how you doing, my man? Tune in tomorrow night. We're gonna have a pattern that I'm pretty sure you might see one of the high scores being like a 150. That one,
that should be interesting.
Pretty difficult one. So.
You must be talking about bowling, so nothing's changed.
My other side gig, yes.
Oh,
My other
yes,
side
yes,
gig.
yes. I hear that's going well for you. I have been following in the background a little bit, Dave, so I do kind of know what's going on a little
It,
bit.
it, it's been a pretty comical ride this summer in the bowling world. A good buddy of mine, the tournament director, Justin, we've had a run out of swag where in last place he'll put that up on the screen so you see the first person, the leader, the last person who's making money, and oh surprise, Dave's in last. And I'm laughing harder than everybody else because it's hilarious. I've had several people already come up to me concerned that it's very upsetting to them, and I'm like, it's not to me, so it's okay. Don't worry.
Well, and that's the thing, like mind your fucking business, dude. I'm having a good time. I mean, I understand the whole competitive nature, but we're not professionals, man. Like, if me laughing is fucking up your stroke, then you got bigger problems than your fucking stroke, buddy. I mean, well, maybe that is your problem, is your stroke. You dig what I'm saying? So, hold on, let
Yeah,
me get one of
you're
those here.
stroking a little too hard.
You hear that?
But no, yeah.
Fucking lightning that struck like right next to the building. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we had a pretty good lightning storm earlier. My oldest is going back to karate, the same sensei he had before.
Oh,
He was
nice.
supposed to have it tonight, but unfortunately, a lightning strike took out 2 transformers, and one of the buildings affected was the sensei's dojo. So we were not able to be there tonight. But,
Yeah, well, I mean, train in your living room. That's what that's what I say. I say,
yeah, we live.
train in your living room. Matsumoto Musashi, like the greatest samurai in fucking Japanese history. He trained in the woods for like, I don't know, 7 years, and it ended up being like the greatest samurai ever, or the greatest Ronin ever. Wrote a book, Book of Five Rings. Suggest reading it. And yeah, so I mean, I don't knock self practice and self, you know what I'm saying? You got to be, and those kind of things like with martial arts and any sport, really, you have to be fucking self motivated to want to win. If you don't have any motivation, like you're really not going to get anything from it. You're just kind of doing it to do it. And then you're just kind of wasting time and you're not really going to gain anything from it. And in that book, the Book of Five Rings, Matsumoto Musashi says, do nothing without purpose. Do nothing of value. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't have any value on it, then don't fucking do it. Why waste your time? You know what I mean? Especially if life is so short. You want to live it like it's your last, right? So it's a big problem with kids nowadays. Little bastards.
Yeah, they worry about everything except for the stuff they should be. So let's jump into a few little headlines here to get the old confab rolling here. On Monday, August 5th, 2 days before my birthday, the Dow Jones tumbled over 1,000 points. S&P 500 post worst day since 2022. The Dow dropped 1,033.99 points, or 2.6% to end at 38,703.27. Nasdaq was hit harder with 3.43% loss. S&P dropped 3%. People were just selling it.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolute catastrophic.
Fear of recession. It was fear of a recession. They're also concerned that the Federal Reserve is behind in cutting interest rates to bolster an economic slowdown, with the central banks choosing instead to keep rates at the highest in 2 decades. So for those of you who are still on the fence as to who you want to vote for, may I recommend looking at those numbers, look at the job reports and everything else, and make your decision wisely.
Well, it's hard to do that, for sure. I mean, I agree with you, Dave. I mean, look at the last 3 years and what she's produced. Absolute jack shit. I mean, I think the lady just sits in her office and drinks all day, to be honest with you. That's my opinion about it. But she's had all this time to do something and make like a real impression on the American people. She's done absolutely jack shit. She's done nothing but steal her campaign ideas. She refuses to come out. I'd say don't vote for her, because as soon as everybody heard that she was going to be picked to be, the president or run for presidency, the stock market fucking plummeted. They're like, oh, fuck, we need to get out of here. She's been in here for fucking 3.5 years now, almost 4 fucking years. And look at what happened to our borders. Look at what she did to San Francisco as a prosecutor. I mean, Willie even came out. Willie Brown, her husband, her original husband, came out and said, this woman's a piece of shit. I don't know how much he was paid for it. I don't think you have to be paid for it because you've never heard that fucking woman laugh. It's absolutely incredible. And to address Chad, dude, it's great to be back, man. Everybody that's been supporting Dave this whole time, thank you for sticking around. Sometimes you got to step back and pursue other things. And now that I've got everything worked out, it's good to be back. This is what I was born to do. I love it. It's in my fucking blood. I even told Dave that. He's like, dude, you need to come back, man. I need you. And I said, yeah, I know. It's in my blood. You know me, man. I won't be gone for long. So I just can't stay away. I can't stay away from this shit. But as far as it goes for like Trump, I mean, his policies are great. I think that they're rock solid. We saw 4 years of his leadership, even with being under the gun. He really fucking put it down. So I think Trump is going to pull it out in the end, regardless. I think they're just trying to scare the American people to get the right wingers to jump, because look at what happened with the whole assassination attempt, right? Like I was expecting some kind of like backlash from that, and Republicans or the right wing, they kept their composure, which is surprising because I was really expecting some type of George Floyd type style riots. So from the right wing. So I guess if you listen to his policy, I don't know if you listened to the Elon Musk interview that fucking broke the internet. I did. Absolutely fantastic interview.
Oh yeah, and then after that, a lot of people are filing petitions saying that Trump got campaign fund after that, and I'm like, no, it was an interview, and Kamala Harris was invited. She just refused. So yeah. And a part of the stock market story too, the Bitcoin, everybody's favorite little fake currency, went from $62,000 down to around $54,000 in one day.
Yeah, that's the volatility of blockchain currency. It just 1 minute it's in, the next minute it's out. It's kind of like stocks, they're imaginary. That's for sure. Yeah, you watched it, Red? Yeah, dude, I watched the shit. Dude, I watched it like that night. I made sure to watch it and listen to it. They were attacked for like the first half an hour. Elon was saying that they were attacked, trying to get everything up. The EU did everything they could to try to block this. They did everything they could to try to block this interview. In my opinion, one of the greatest interviews I've ever, like, to sit there and listen and read everybody's comments, and like you could feel the energy through just sitting there. Like you're like, fuck, man, two of the most powerful people in the world are going to talk about, what's going on in society, and you're going to really listen to, guys just talk, really, like me and you. There was no expectation. It was just an interview, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. Yeah, big time. Yes. DDoS. Yeah, those fucking scumbags. Yeah, burn them all with napalm. That's what I say. I fuck them. Fuck them all. I think that we need to retreat and be a little bit more recluse for, the next fucking 100 years. And really work on our infrastructure and do all those things. Like Trump was saying, the military, we need to do something about our education system. It's absolutely failing our children. When we have to drop the grade point average so kids can keep up, that's a fucking problem. When that lady, I think it was the Arizona rally, correct me if I'm wrong, but that lady that's like, oh, teaching is like the biggest social justice instrument that we have. So they're using it against your children. They're using it in the schools. That's where they're implementing this stuff. It's like fucking Nazi Germany, but in a modern way. Remember that report or that video we watched, I don't know, maybe several months back, where the woman from Rhode Island is suing Rhode Island school. There's her school district because they were secretly teaching LGBTQ transgender stuff to her kid, and they had it labeled as like advanced chess or some shit like that. So, I mean, they're
I remember that.
Care about you. They just pander. What's that, buddy?
No, I remember that. Yeah, they hid it behind like a chess club or something, or like a video game club or something like that.
Yeah, and this girl is like, this is weird, which is true. It is very weird that we want to push this kind of stuff. But I listened to this book, The 48 Laws of Power. I recommend everybody does. But only if you're ready for that, because it's a very evil book.
Can you pick up the plate?
But they talk about, oh shit, I lost what I was gonna say. School. Don't matter. Schools suck. They need to be reformed. We need to be teaching kids American history, and we need to be teaching them, scholastics. History, American history, fucking algebra, math, fucking science. The Bible. Anything but sexuality.
Alex,
That's
pick it up.
need to be in school. You don't need to have gender studies. Critical race theory needs to go away. That's just saying white people are racist inherently, and everybody that is white is part of the problem, and blah blah blah. And that's why our system is so systemically set up against everybody else but white people. Which, I mean, I don't know about you, Dave, but I don't have $100,000. I don't have any privilege. When I get pulled over by a cop and I give him attitude, he gives me the same type of fucking attitude. If I was to get pulled over by a cop and draw a weapon on him, he's going to fire at me too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you won't even have a chance to fire the first shot. He'll see that coming at him, and boom, you're dead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rightfully so too. Rightfully so.
They're using these industries to kind of control and navigate where people are going. They use the health organizations to do that and mandate certain laws and rules. Like if you go into a hospital and you start freaking out because obviously it's an emotional situation, the doctors can have you removed and then ban you from the hospital. Is that right? Nope, but that's a democratic society that we live in. And these are all laws and rules that are snuck in throughout time. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't talk about these things. They keep you distracted with like the economy and things like that. It's actually the smaller rules and legislations that slide under the rugs that have a bigger impact. And it's really sad. Yeah, it is control. It's like climate control, right? I call it counting and climate change. I call it counting and control because they're going to count how many people are doing it. They're going to count everything that you do. And then they're going to implement a carbon tax on you, which I think, Dave, in the state of Mass, I think you already have one. The left is focusing on the wrong things. They're we want abortion rights. Well, I think that Donald Trump's right when he comes to say, hey, listen, that's up to the fucking state. If the people want it, they want it. If they don't want it, they don't want it. And that should be up to the fucking people. Guess what? If you have a problem with it, show up to the meetings and have your say. Be involved, right? So, I mean, you're kind of like, he's kind of like saying, hey, why am I talking about this? I have bigger fish to fry. Like, I don't need to be wasting my time on whether you should have an abortion or not. I honestly think that everybody should have New Hampshire's law, which is common sense law. If you're raped, incest, or if it's going to jeopardize the woman, I think that's fair. Other than that, no, I don't think, especially with all the contraceptive that they have out there for people to be using. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, democracy is a shit show. Yeah. And I love how they like to put that word in there and like beat it into everybody's head. They're trying to save our democracy. We don't live in a fucking democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. Pull your head out of your ass. And I hear all these people like, oh, Trump couldn't even pass the civics test. But you're calling we live in a fucking you're saying we live in a fucking democracy. Get out of here, you bent fool. I like to argue with people online about it too. It's so much fun because they just start crying about it and they start calling you a racist because you vote for Trump or you support his policies or theories or whatever, and they're like, you must be a racist. It's like, you must be a fucking total C word for thinking that, and that's the biggest, I think one of the biggest problems too, is that you can't just have a conversation with people about it. I think JD Vance is holding himself really, really well when it comes to a lot of that. And he's trying to have conversation with people. But they're just trying to attack him like any mainstream shit. They're just trying to attack him and keep him fucking, try to get him to say something. They try to back him in the corner. I was watching an interview with Kelly Ayotte. She's the forerunner for the governor's position here in New Hampshire. And, WMUR is like trying to like pin her into a corner, and she's like smiles at him. She's like, I was the lead fucking prosecutor for the state, buddy. You know who you're not going to trap me. I'm not stupid. And I love how they try to do that. The man, Amber Bash, is that her name? Amanda? The CNN reporter that did an interview with
don't mind me. There's a little bit of Scott, keep talking. My wife
No
slipped
problem.
and fell. I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. You're good. Anyways, so I'll address that there, Louis. What's up, buddy? How are you? Most senators. What's the second amendment? Yes. No, they don't. A lot of them don't know constitutional law. They say they do. It's like Maggie Goodlander. I mean, lady, give me a fucking break. Like, if you're sitting here and you're worried about, if you're sitting here, um, complaining about climate change, and you're like, oh, we're going to do all this green energy bullshit to build better jobs or whatever. It's like, okay, well, we don't need green energy right now. What we need to do is stabilize our fucking economy by building these huge or having these huge projects that we don't even know if they're gonna fucking work. Why don't we stick with something that's tried and true for a little bit and develop our green energies and make them sustainable? The word that these fucking Democrats like to throw around a lot. Now, I really don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. I'm an American. I don't pick a side. I don't want to pick a side. I don't think that that's how we should be regulating ourselves, to be honest with you.
I said good job. Don't apologize for it.
But
Give mom a moment.
oh, here he comes. He's back. But it's one of those things where they want to put an idea in your head and they don't know what idea they're actually standing for. They're just talking heads. They're just going along with what they're told to do. Essentially is what independent energy. Yes. Energy independence equals freedom. I agree 100%. I think the reason Trump is such a target is because he is bringing the power back to the people. He's actually reviving the Constitution. The 200 or 500-year-old piece of parchment, or however old, I don't know verbatim, shoot me in the leg. But they're gonna try to off this doctrine that they say is like, well, it's out of date anyways.
Come in here.
Okay, that's cool. It's out of date, so you want to get rid of it? We want to revamp because we don't like some of the things that are in it. We don't like how generalized it is, so we're gonna just try to pick it apart and be like, well, it doesn't say all. It doesn't say all men. It's all men, not all humans. Like, who fucking cares? You know what we're talking about, asshole. So yeah, I mean, senators and most politicians, they don't really know what it is. When you go ask people like what the 19th Amendment is, they're like, oh, I don't know. It's like, well, it's the same one about how people have the right to be hired regardless of their, sex, religion, race, or whatever. You know what I mean? So we already have an amendment. It's the 19th Amendment. And people go off about it like they don't have any rights. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you ever filled out an application where at the bottom it says we cannot discriminate against you for these very reasons that you say you have no right to? What the fuck is wrong? What kind of world do you live in, you fucking thick dunce? I mean, maybe it's just me.
I'm back. She's all right. I'm not gonna go into details of what happened, but she slipped. She's all right. She's okay.
Oh, she's alive. So what do you?
Yeah.
How do you feel, Dave? Like, I mean, when it would be to come time, like if you had to see an undecided, voter, and he came up to you and he said, Dave, I really like what you're saying, but I hear that, Trump is this, blah, 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 this and that, this and that. And then you go and he starts pointing out things about Harris and like what some of the stuff that she's trying to do. And even though nobody knows what the fuck she's just trying to do, they're just saying the same things over and over again. What would you say to them to try to convince them? Like, what would be the main policy that you would point out that Trump is trying to really fucking stick to get people to, come to the dark side, I guess?
One of the things I like to point out is the fact that as a state senator in California, she was either a co-sponsor or tried to create legislation 164 times, and absolutely no bill that she ever sponsored or tried to introduce ever got passed. So she is 0 for 164. She failed the bar exam to become a lawyer multiple times. she persecuted more black people per capita than at any other point. And, she's done nothing. She just proved positive you could sleep your way to the top. As vice president, she's one of the most hated vice presidents ever. On top of that, she's the border czar, and that border is more open than a hooker's leg. So there's no reason to vote for her. She has done nothing of any value. Just like the people that voted for Biden, they weren't voting for Biden because they thought he was going to be better. They voted for Biden because the media told them to hate Trump. They fabricated so many stories. A lot of blind people jumped out and were like, "Oh well, we must hate this guy too because he's." The media said that he's doing all this, and none of them ever really fact checked anything going on. And now look what's happening.
What would be? I totally dig. I would just point out. I'd point out the fact, like, how's your life right now? Like, are you doing good? Like, how are you doing in 2019, 2018? How are you doing then? Before COVID. And then COVID hit, then all these fucking crazy ass policies and stuff that they try to push on people. They try to lock you down and fucking do this and do that. Obviously, it was a grab at power. They were trying to implement some type of exercise or some shit.
When you look back at when Trump was in office, yes, he tweeted mean things. Yes, he said what most of us would like to say, but he should not have said because he's the president. He's supposed to be the calm one here. But you also look at Trump. Our border was under control. There were no wars anywhere in the country. No, in the world. I mean, no.
That's his biggest thing, right? That's what he says. He's like, I want no wars. I don't want people to die.
When you think about it, under Obama, Russia invades Crimea and annexes them out of Ukraine. Under Trump basically was sitting there taking a photo of. He's like, sure, let's take a picture. And if you go to and if you're thinking about going back into Ukraine, just think about all that gold in the Kremlin. You wouldn't want that melted, would you? And Putin didn't go anywhere. He wasn't even getting ready to go toward that border. There were no wars in the Middle East. There were no wars between Israel and Palestine. They were behaving because he signed one of the biggest peace accords ever.
Yep.
And
people respect strength, man.
Right. And then all of a sudden, when you see Biden comes in, all of a sudden they screwed up the handing over of Afghanistan, which Trump had all mapped out for everybody. Yeah. All they had to do was follow it. Mm-hmm. Israel and Palestine, Ukraine and Russia, and we're donating money so far, so fast that our money is no longer valuable anywhere.
And I mean, that's true. And that's something that I'd point out. I'd be like, he's going to stop all this fucking bullshit overseas, stop all the bullshit overseas, but he's going to cut funding over there. He's going to stop the bleeding by cutting funding and this frivolous spending. I bet you if we go through and say, hey, would you guys itemize all the stuff that you fucking spent for the year so the American people could see? I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff would be to stuff that wasn't appropriate spending. Dems only seem to care about one thing, and that is hate. Yes, that is true, and I think that is what's going to fuel a civil war. I don't think that it's going to go peaceably. Biden even got caught in an interview saying, no, he does not believe if Trump wins, it's going to go over peaceably. I think it's I think that the right can take it on the chin. But to be honest with you, I don't know. I think that the left is just fueled by sheer hatred. It's incredible. Even if you disagree with these people at all, and anyway, anybody that is against Trump, I mean, she hasn't done fucking shit for this country, except for drink it away. And it's just sad. I mean, when the debate comes, Trump's like, I'll debate you 3 times, and she said nothing about it. She's like, I'll just do the one on September 10th, and then Vance is going to be debating Wilds, which that guy's fucking weird. He looks like the Burgermeister without a mustache. I mean, he looks like the Burgermeister from fucking Year Without a Santa Claus, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and Kamala Harris lost me personally when she compared January 6, 2020 to 9/11, 2001. And you're like, No,
No,
they're not even in
not
the
even
same
close.
ballpark.
Not even
I
close.
no. I mean, no. Yeah. So anything she said after that point, I just look at her and go, You're not the sharpest crayon in the box. You're not even the brightest color here either.
No, dude.
Go away."
You're talking about the passage of time. And once that became, will become again by the unburden that we have done. Or whatever the fucking stupid shit she says all the time. You know, I just think that she's so drunk. She's like a Manchurian candidate. You know, she just doesn't really talk to the press unless it's scripted. I think she's drunk 90% of the time. Uh, you know, I just yeah, Stephanopoulos. I don't know if he's doing the. I don't know if he's going to be doing the moderating. I don't know who's going to be moderating, but follow me over on the Granite Bugle on X. And also you can follow me on Facebook, Scott LaFon. That's fine too, because I put all my articles out there. So I'll be following the story 100%. I think it's more important than ever now for people to get involved. I mean, this is your chance, really, right now. We have an opportunity to have a president that really listens to his constituents, and I think that that's why people like Trump. I also think it's because he's not a fucking politician. He like talks to people like they're normal human beings, not talk down to them like, ew, yeah, well, you voted for me, so this is what we're gonna do. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think that yeah, she can't talk. She can just cackle because she's drunk all the time. I swear to fucking God, that lady is fucking drunk 90% of the time. That's why she can only say the same thing over and over and over again, or go on the show, the Charlemagne show there. That guy's a fucking idiot. And he's even saying, hey, Kamala's not black. You know, she preached to be Indian or South Pacific or whatever the fucking, I don't know. I really don't fucking care what color the skin is. Okay. Can you do the fucking job, lady? That's what people want to know. And that's really what the bottom line comes down to. Can you do the fucking job? Can you cut the mustard? Because the last fucking 3.5 years, all you've been showing is a giant shit show. All right. I'm done.
I gotta give a shout out. My man AR84 is here tonight in the audience. Yeah, no. Kamala Harris became conveniently black, but remember what I said earlier. Kamala Harris had persecuted and locked up more black people than almost any other DA out there. In fact, was a man on death row, and she kept him and Han stumbling, slowing the process down until the guy was killed, and she went, "Oops." Her dad is theoretically Jamaican, so that's where they claim she's black. It's just like when Elizabeth Warren claimed to be a Native American, and we had to point out that just because you were conceived in the back of a Jeep Cherokee does not make you an Indian.
Yeah, that fucking lady. Gee, oh my God, man. This woman is out of her mind. I don't even know. Like when she posts shit, you know what you should do one time? You should have an episode and go follow these politicians that say stupid shit. And then they have to like kind of reel back and step out of the spotlight. When they say anything, the dogs are unleashed on these motherfuckers. Like the internet is unrelenting on these fucking fools. I don't know how they haven't left a razor blade in a note. That's just me. I'm not saying do that. That's not what I'm saying to do. But I mean, with some of the shit that people say, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with going and badgering. Like, if you're going to go ask questions, like, why the fuck did you say that? Do that. But don't be like, hey, you're a fucking idiot. The person already knows they're a fucking idiot for even saying it. I'm 1/4 Cherokee. No, you are. Shut up. You are Snow White, bitch. Okay. The girl that plays in the new Snow White has more of a chance of being fucking Cherokee than you do. Okay. Oh, that's a shit show, by the way. But no, she is. Yeah. Elon Musk is. Yeah, it can be kind of a fucking stickler when it comes to some things. I think that now that he's more involved with X, and he's starting to see like, oh, these people are still kind of doing shit behind my back. They're starting to loosen the reins a little bit, but yeah. For your mouth.
Yeah, there been a lot of. If we do that show on stupid stuff politicians say, we'd have to do an entire category just for Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
African American voter voted as high of a percentage as American voters. You went, no shit.
Well, I mean, and then look at like Joy Reid. Like, I hope Trump sues the fuck out of that big mouth hooker. Like, for real. she is sitting here saying that the assassination attempt was a conspiracy theory or is a conspiracy and it's not true, and there's crisis actors and stuff like that. But I said it before and I'll say it again. Alex Jones just got sued for an unreasonable amount of money, $1.5 billion. Okay, the man's only worth 50 million. How is that fair? How is that justifiable to sit there as a judge and say, yeah, you have to pay $1.5 billion for saying that Sandy Hook was a hoax? But this struck match can fucking say that shit and get away with it because she's pushing a narrative. Obviously, she's a part of Operation Mockingbird, but it's it just doesn't. Yeah, Elon is cool. No.
No part of Elon Musk is cool. I'm sorry. You are a huge part of Tesla. I know they're the biggest Uber mobiles ever.
I mean, Tesla and what he's doing after watching the X interview and stuff like that. Yeah, he's he's a business guy, I guess. I don't really know. He doesn't really have. He's always been Democratic, so it's kind of weird to hear him talk. He went and was like waited like 6 hours to shake Obama's hand or some shit, and like he's always been like progressive. So to see him flip over and be in support, but he's also, a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, this is cruel. Like, look at the American people, like they're really fucking hurting. So, yeah, that decision on Alex Jones was bull, man. It really was. I mean, that's not fair at all. Like, I mean, even if they were to sue, I mean, you just sued him for like triple the amount of the money that he is actually fucking worth. And in our Constitution, that's against the law. It's the 5th. You know what I mean? So it's the 4th. Sorry. So it's just fucking crazy to me. Is it the 4th? It's the 8th. It's one of those fucking amendments.
Definitely not the 5th.
It's not the 5th though. Anyways, but nevertheless, I mean, it's just way more of a punishment than what's actually deserved. The guy just said it was a hoax. I mean, yeah, you can be upset about it. Should he have said it? No. But I mean, the guy's entitled to his own fucking opinion. You know what I mean? So it's just like Joy Reid. Like, I mean, yeah, is she right about what she's saying? No, she's not. She's a horrible fucking wicked succubus. But I don't know. I think that it's just kind of two-faced, double standard. 8th, cruel and unusual punishment. Thank you. I knew it was one of those amendments out of the 10.
These past 4 years have been cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the funny part that I see in all this. Yes, Donald Trump said mean things, and he's probably not a saint. Welcome to being a politician. None of them are. He got impeached when he told, I don't remember who he told, basically that if you don't do X, we're not going to give you any more money. But remember that Biden did the same thing to Zelensky, and nothing happened, although he did call Zelensky Putin. And he also referred to the leader of Egypt as the president of Mexico.
Yeah, no, the guy, I mean, he was kind of pushed out. It's kind of fucked up what happened to him. They're like, Joe, you're old. Nobody's going to believe you. You're going to be dead in like fucking 6 months. Be gone with you. Whoopi Goldberg can fuck that whole show, man.
You got to remind people, too, when slavery was abolished, it was the Republicans voting to abolish slavery. It was the Democrats who wanted to keep it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny how that happened. And that going back to Juneteenth, I mean, it took 2 years for the information to get down to Texas. It took 2 years. Come on.
Well, they didn't have the internet or phone back then. It wasn't you pick up the phone and be like, there's no more slaves.
If you have an executive order from the fucking president back in those times, they had riders that were riding through. Okay, they had caravans giving out this shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, the distribution of information was slower, but it was still fast enough to where it didn't take 2 fucking years. So, I mean, hey, listen, I didn't write history. Okay, I just follow it. That's it.
Now, we also have to remember, too, Abraham Lincoln didn't want to free all the slaves. He basically only wanted to free the slaves that were in that Washington, D.C., Virginia area.
Yeah, it's true.
Because they didn't care about the rest of them. He just wanted to make it look better. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it
Yeah,
is.
he just exactly. I mean,
remember,
it's
revisionist history is our favorite kind of history when you look back and go, wait a minute, that's not how it happened.
But to go back, somebody said something about AI a while ago in the beginning of the comments when we first started talking and everything like that. And I mean, I got blocked on Facebook, not blocked, but some of my content got taken down. I did a report on, AI pictures showing up, on the internet. People are saying, "Hey, this was taken. Why does this guy have 4 arms?" AI pictures generated up on the internet, and they were from Kamala Harris's campaign rally. There was another one that they're really trying hard to suppress. Is she showed up on a plane, and there was like thousands of people, I guess, there, and in the reflection of the plane, there was nobody fucking there.
Yeah,
So this is a
that's
scary
actually
fucking time.
yeah, and that's the only and if you go in close on some of the bases, it's like lips are where they don't belong. Everybody looks like they're being sucked into a black hole, and it's like, oh no, they're it's kind of sketchy. And actually, there was one TikToker called the older millennial that said that, but then of course everybody's got to go out and be like, oh my god, now. But
Yeah, well,
an AI detector said that the photo was 94% artificial.
Yeah. Fact check that. I mean, and that's what I did.
Nobody wants Kamala. So all these polls that show her in the lead are a bunch of crap.
Yeah, all the polls are shit, dude. She's not winning. She is not winning.
Nobody in their right mind would vote for not only not her, but someone who's like the last guy that made living in this country an absolute burden. I mean, I don't know about you, but I drive a little tiny car. I mean, we both basically drive the same car. You just got the newer version of it. I should never have to put more than $20.
Q3, buddy.
What happened to the Corolla?
I still have it. It's a work car.
There you go. But we both have Corolla. In no way should that car ever take more than $20 to fill from empty.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
I put $20 in today and barely got 3/4 of a tank. I'm like, this is why I'm voting for Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's drill, baby, drill. I mean, generating AI. She's in trouble right now she got caught paying YouTube, or not YouTubers, but content creators $1,500, right? They found Craigslist ads, $1,500 to make content talking shit about Donald Trump. People are like, all right, but they're just taking the $1,500, really. They're not really doing anything.
And a lot of the things that people are saying that Trump is or does or has done or will do. My favorite one is the ones that are like, he's a racist. All right, what did he do that was racist? Considering he's done so much he's won more NAACP awards than actual black people. And so I want to know.
Well, my thing is like, isn't it more racist to be like, you have to vote for her because she's a woman of color? Because they can't say actually she can't technically say she's black, because that's why they changed it to woman of color.
You gotta remember, Biden did tell everybody that if you don't vote for him, you're not black enough.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. I mean, if you want to talk about fucking racist, and this is the thing, like they talk about stripping rights away. Like if you go and ask Kamala Harris supporters anything that she's accomplished, crickets, dude. That's all you fucking get with this woman is crickets. She down in her Atlanta rally, I did a report on that too as well.
Oh my god.
And down in her Atlanta rally, people just showing up for the free concert and then leaving. So then they can get pictures and be like, oh, look at how many people showed up to the rally, even though it was like the beginning of the fucking day and people were leaving as soon as she got up on stage, because that's what was happening in Phoenix. That's what happened in Atlanta. People just don't want to listen to her. She's not likable. People don't like her at all. She is an absolute fucking farce. She was put in her position. I honestly don't know what to think of her. I don't know really what to think of the whole situation. I'm gonna say like some surprise kind of shit's gonna happen where I don't know, fucking Biden like dies, or like they just like officially like force him out and like come up with some kind of shit and impeach him because they have to have a scapegoat, right? Um, so and they kind of like impeach him, and Kamala's in place. And then in like the last 2 months, she does all these executive orders to have all this shit pushed through to make her look like she's been doing shit. That's just my opinion. I don't know per se. That's just my prediction about the whole thing, and following the news and listening to all this fucking gobbledygook, because that's exactly what it is. I mean, this woman's a fucking babbling fool. Fucking Wilford Brimley without his mustache. He's a fucking, voted to have tampons put in fucking boys' bathrooms. Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? I mean, I would be a very if I went into my bathroom and I saw somebody shitting in a man-sized cat box, I would walk out of that school. I don't care if I got arrested. I don't care. I would go home and I would explain to my dad. I'd be like, "Hey, listen, Pop, I walked into the fucking bathroom and I saw a kid taking a shit in a cat box. I walked out of the school." I would be on his side. I would be on his side 100%. I'd be like, "All right, cool. We're going down to the fucking school right now." I hope that they have a whole fucking SWAT team down there because I'm about to raise some fucking hell. Um, it's just this is that's why he got the name Tampon Tim, Like these people are they just keep lying and lying and lying and lying, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, he said nothing but lies." Look at what fucking Dr. Jill Biden, who's not even a fucking doctor. She's about as much of a doctor as Dr. Phil is. Okay. So, and she's like, "Oh, all he did was just lie the whole time." You watched the video where that kid fucking ate her up on the view. It was like, chewed her up and spit her out. I'm surprised she didn't start crying. I was hoping she did, so then I could feel a little bit more life come back to my body. But she did. I mean, it's just if this is what you want. Like I put out a video. I said, if you were an undecided voter, what would you vote for? Would you vote for this? Yeah, he is a total fucking snitch. Absolutely, he's a fucking giant turd. He actually knew about some Somali fraudsters. Actually, $250 million they stole during the riots, during COVID. That's taxpayers' money they stole. Yep, absolutely. You can go look it up. That is a real fucking story. Um, and it's just absolutely incredible that this is what they have to do. This is what they have to do. People are not trusting. People don't trust the government anymore, so they're not going to listen to your bullshit. It's just what it is. So I think she's a giant raging fucking cunt, in my opinion. I don't think she has any types of sustenance or conviction in her voice. I think she just is fake when she talks to people like, "Oh, vote for me because I'm a woman and I get things that I am speaking now." Okay. If you want to vote for Donald Trump, just say that. Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I would much rather watch that fucking Australian breakdancer than listen to that fucking woman talk about anything at all. She is as dumb as a stump. Okay. And I'm not trying to say that to be mean. I don't know if you've ever listened to this woman talk.
That lady.
We are here to stay. I mean, look at all these judge. She got a fucking 0, dude. How do you do that?
Yeah, no, she didn't just get a 0. She got 3 different zeros because she had 3 different dance battles with 3 different countries and lost all of them 18-0.
Oh God, that's horrible. That was like the first year. That was like the first year.
And the only LA has already determined that breakdancing will not be
involved. Nope, we are not having that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't think they're gonna. I think that if we do make it to the next Olympics, that it's going to be very subtle. It's not going to be over the top. I was looking at a theory where the ending ceremony at the Olympics, which was an entire shit show from beginning to end, from the Sands River to the hotel, the little village that they were staying in. They were fucking. I mean, it's just a fucking nightmare.
They're Amazon box beds. We want to do the ecologically correct thing. Yeah, we're not even going to put air conditioners in. It may be hotter than balls, but just get a fan. It'll do just.
We're talking about fucking multi-millionaire athletes that fucking sleep on fucking $100,000 beds here. You think they're gonna want to sleep? We're talking about fucking LeBron James, okay?
And Stephen got his own line of sleep number beds, and he goes into the Olympic Village and sees something that you would find at like a dang near homeless kid's apartment.
how he still is even anywhere in the NBA, how he became the flag bearer, that's a shit show in itself. I mean,
Oh no,
come on.
it's a popularity contest because he was the
Yeah,
most notable person there. Let's
yeah.
not talk about
Okay.
all the athletes who have gone through years and years and years and years of trying. Now we're just going to hand it to a guy that because everybody knows LeBron.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, dude. And I mean, he still kneeled during the national anthem at the first game, and then he got a shitload of backlash. So I'm sure, PR's like, hey, listen, try not to be a cunt, James. Okay. Can you save me my fucking job? I got 3 colleges to pay for, and here you are. You're being an asshole on the world's stage, man. Come on, grow the fuck up. Nobody watches you because you have a political view. Remember, you barely fucking graduated high school, bro. Okay. You didn't go to college. Not saying that you have to go to college to be educated, but don't sit here and pretend like you're some fucking intellectual when you are not, dude. You play basketball. Okay. You're a show pony. That's it, dude. That's it. I'm sorry that you wish that your life was more than just what it is, but this is what it is. You are a millionaire fucking snob that doesn't deserve his position, has his position, and speaks way too much. That's why that Katie Clark, that girl that's in the WNBA that's fucking lighting shit up. They say that she's the new Larry Bird. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, yeah.
I would much rather watch the WNBA, watch her play than watch LeBron and any of these other players in the NBA. Because you know what? At least she fucking when she gets out there, she's signing autographs, she's fucking being a good person, she's just playing the fucking sport. When people try to ask her questions, she's like, fuck you guys. I just play basketball. What does my political discord mean? What does that mean to you? Like, ultimately, me saying who I support as a voter, I mean, hey, buddy, me as a basketball player, what does it fucking matter who I'm voting for? I'm just here to play basketball.
We got to teach our celebrities and athletes that nobody cares about their opinion. Just go out there and entertain us, monkey.
Yeah, that's exactly what you are. You are. I mean, not saying that you are a monkey. I'm sure you're more than that, but it's really just like when I know that you're just it's like Jim Carrey when he came out and he's like, oh man, fucking Biden's the greatest. I'm like, dude, I'm never watching any of your shit anymore, dude. I got nothing for you. I got a theory that actually Jim Carrey is Joe Biden and plays the character of Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is actually died in 2017 or some shit like that.
Oh God, this is the real life Dave. You remember that one?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty incredible. Just like just like the Olympics is absolutely incredible. Think about all those swimmers in the triathlon that were puking their fucking guts out. I mean, the gymnasts, the girls did great. They got gold. The guys, they fucking sucked.
No, the guys got bronze. They medaled.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, remember the men haven't medaled in so long. That was actually better. Good. Oh, and don't forget the fact that Americans did not win shooting.
Yeah. Well, fuck them. I didn't watch the Olympics at all, dude. I boycotted it. I did not want. No, I didn't. After I watched that opening ceremony, that fucking dreck.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
It was horrible. It was absolutely. I mean, it made even if you didn't know, and nobody knew that it was, an interpretation of the Last Supper, and the pale horse was supposed to be a representation of, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, death. So that was kind of fucked up when you found out about that. But even if you're just looking at it, you're like, this is fucking weird. You French people are fucking weirdos, man. What is this? Whatever happened to just lighting the torch? Why is somebody on fucking 12? Why is a full-grown 350-pound man with a fucking beard that's touching his belly button bringing the torch on stilettos to the fucking? Oh God, I lost it. I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
I did turn that off immediately afterward, but I did watch the Olympics to a degree. I mean, I like watching things like water polo and all those odd sports you don't get to see. So
Flavor Flav donated a bunch of fucking money to the water polo. He's like, I love this shit. It's like, yeah, dude, your head is shaped like a water polo fucking hat. You fucking cone head. Get out of here.
I'm going to start wearing a ball as a clock piece.
Dude, and they try to be like, oh, they tried to make it good, and there was nothing good about it. It was an absolute failure on all ends. I mean, France should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed anyways with the policies that they have with Macron and stuff. He's a fucking total douchebag. That's why France is like pretty much burning to the ground right now. I don't know how they performed the Olympics without somebody being stabbed. I'm sure somebody did actually. There was like 19 attempts on the rail on the
There
rail
was
train.
one athlete got gang raped.
Oh, that's fun. See, you see, the Olympics were fun. Olympics were fun. Well, at least we won, though. We won all the medals. We came in first. Obviously, America's the best. Even though I fucking hate our government, you know, I
The
think that they're
United States
stupid
totaled
incompetent.
126 medals in the Olympics.
Yeah, look at that. That's why America's the best.
A fair
China's a
shaking,
hard
40
second.
gold, 40. Yep, China was 91. Great Britain was in third with 65. And for those of you who are wondering, Ukraine had 12.
What was that
And
in being gay?
every country took home at least one medal.
Yeah, even that boxer, even the Taiwanese boxer that looked like it was like a fucking slap fight. Yeah, I mean, I would have been like, all right, yeah, he's not really. But the other one that was built like a fucking linebacker, they're like, yeah, this just overproduction of testosterone. I'm like, what?
Because
Are
you're a
you
guy.
fucking kidding me? With the square shoulders like that, there's no fucking way. That's a skeletal thing. Even if you go and look it up right now, even if you see a picture of a woman, yeah, they have like a denser muscles, but the skeletal structure of a man and the skeletal structure of a woman are two different fucking things. Okay. All right. One is curved and supple, and the other one is fucking rigid and hard. All right. They don't even look the same. So it's just incredible to me. And then now she's threatening to sue everybody. I don't know if you saw the interview that's on the internet right now. Kind of, they tried to paint her up, but she still looks like a dude wearing makeup. But you know, she's trying to sue everybody on the internet for talking bad about this individual. Fuck you, buddy. You know, you're a dude. You beat women. Like, you got in a ring. You punched a woman so hard she quit in 46 seconds. Like, I mean, come on. You failed 2 gender tests, you know, but the World Boxing League is like, no, you can't compete because you're not a woman. But the Olympics are like, duh, yeah, she can compete. Look at, she tucked her penis behind her fucking legs. Like, give me a fucking break. Come on, man. I'm gonna take one from Joe Biden right now. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The Olympics were pretty
intense.
I mean, I love the fact that you can watch amateur athletes you only get to see once every 4 years compete and try to do something of value. That's great because the common man had a chance, but then professional sports had to get involved, and now you're like, come on, man, you know, great. We could send. Correct me if I'm wrong. If we were to take the worst players in the NBA, you know, the guys that are so down on the bench they don't get a uniform to fill a roster spot.
Yep.
We could take those guys and send them to Olympic basketball and still probably dominate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree 100%. I think it'd be a little bit more entertaining, for sure. I want to address this question real quick. Right now, all big tech is working on supercomputers that have oversight on cybersecurities. So it is in the works right now. You are not wrong, Red. I actually just did a report on it. Actually, who is it? ChatGPT or OpenAI. They are actually in the process of making a supercomputer that is ran off of a nuclear or miniature nuclear reactor. That is a real thing. You can look it up. I highly recommend. Don't take my word for it, even though I do double check, triple check, quadrupio, mega check all my information. But yeah, that's a real fucking thing. I mean, they're put in. They have their DARPA's working on what the fuck is that? DARPA's working on a dog that, or not a dog. It's to help with roadkill, but it's obviously if it's ran by DARPA, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna organic matter, or yeah, a robot that runs off organic matter. So it's like pretty much like a fucking human wood chipper, and it eats you. So that's good. That's always good. That's a real thing too. So, and I mean, this is what we're going against. like these people have been doing this for a long fucking time. But to go back to the Olympics, these motherfuckers make money, and we've come a long way from what the Olympics used to be. Like, bring back the fucking wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, let's have these motherfuckers bare knuckle box. Let's stop giving them gloves. Stop giving them pads. Let them beat the fuck out of each other. Let's make it interesting. Back in Greco-Roman times, these motherfuckers are going until they die, David. Okay, these motherfuckers are wrestling until they die. They will not give up. And now you got people like fucking LeBron James. Oh, I can't sleep in this hot AC. I got no AC. I'm sleeping on a cardboard mattress. I'm gonna go rent some fucking, you know, $1 million fucking hotel room on the fucking Louvre. You know what I mean? Or near the fucking Sands River, Chateau de la Paix. Fuck.
Just don't drink the water.
Just don't go to France. I mean, it's
no. I
mean, when they said, "Hey, the Olympics is going to be in France," everybody should have been like, "Really, really? How about Saudi Arabia?" I mean, we might have a better chance. They're building a fucking 15-minute city out there, by the way. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, when it comes down to the Olympics overall, I just didn't watch them. I didn't want to watch them for the simple fact that it was absolutely horrible opening. The lead in the Jesus role at the 12th, or for the Last Supper of the 12 or the 13, because Jesus is 13, of the 12 apostles plus Jesus. The girl sitting in the middle holding her heart hand. I mean, she did the same thing. She's like, anybody says anything to me, I'm gonna sue you. It's like, well, you live in France, you fucknut, and I live in America, and I can say whatever the fuck I want in America. I don't know what they do over in France. Obviously, not good things, because people are jumping in your river and their skin's melting off. So I'm sure it's doing great. I'm sure it wasn't supposed to be a mockery of anything at all. It wasn't a spit in the face of people. I mean, to openly offend people on that level, and then you want them to accept you, you're a fucking idiot. That's all I got to say to you about that. I mean, you just openly mock people, and then you expect them to be like, yeah, I want to be your friend. Like, yeah, that's great. Like, I just don't get it. And then you got people complaining that there's no LGBTQ safe places, and then they just pull this kind of fucking shit. They make a mockery of the world stage, the Olympics, and they just shit all over it. It's just really, really fucking sad. Yeah, it is. I will say the same thing. Yeah, you're making a mockery of my religion as well. I'm right there with you, because I'm a Christian. And I think that it's absolutely fucking wretched, that what they did, and they didn't apologize for it. And their sorry was like pretty much sorry that you're offended. And it's like, no, you should have just never have done that. How about that? These people that are like, oh, we're tolerant and accepting, they'll be the first ones to call you a Nazi or a homophobe if you're not on their side immediately. That's not accepting. That's cult-like. Okay. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. I've read enough cult books and I've read enough stuff about cult leaders to know when I see a fucking cult. And this whole fucking LGBTQ democratic fucking world domination, or not world domination, but NWO, New World Order, everybody's one, why can't we be friends kind of fucking shit is just, it's a fucking cult. It's a cult. These people are obsessed with it. And I just don't understand why. And then when you ask them to explain it, they can't explain it. And then they make a mockery of one of the things that I always loved, Dave. We grew up watching the fucking Olympics. Our families coming together to watch the fucking Olympics.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks of just sitting around and talking about people you may never talk about ever again.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be a time that, people could come together and support each other as country, like USA. When I was a kid, that's what it was. You know what I mean? USA, USA. Now they're like, yeah, burn the flag. We got fucking, Brittany Griner, who actually, when she got the gold, she started crying at the end of the national anthem, or during the national anthem, which I think she really hit her home, that she's like, oh man, I'm actually kind of being a piece of shit right now. Even though I think that Brittany Griner is a dude, pretty sure it's a dude. Almost certain it's a dude, but nevertheless, I mean, I would have never expected to see Brittany Griner crying during the national anthem. And then when people started asking her why, she's like, she started reflecting on her time in Russia.
I'm not in a Russian jail right now. God bless America.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things, I think that she just had a really hard gut check. And I'm kind of hoping like LeBron James would have the same thing, like a really hard gut check. But nope, what do? The NBA fucking hires his goddamn son. Oh my God, and guarantees him a contract. Who does that? It's like unheard of.
Even the funnier part, Bronny James playing in the summer league, was absolutely atrocious. Like, I know he'd probably way better than me on his worst day, but I was watching one of his games and I'm just sitting there laughing at the fact that he's missing shots. He got juked out of his sneakers multiple times. Like, I sure hope that when they get you know what's going to happen. He's going to start for a little while until Dad realizes he sucks and Bronny might get traded.
Well, I mean, LeBron wants to set a record. He wants to be the first and only person to ever play basketball with his son on the NBA stage. Fuck off, dude. Okay. Fuck you and everything you're about. You're one of the worst basketball players ever. Just simply on your attitude alone. You're arrogant. The LA Dodgers fired a great coach for you, and you still couldn't produce. They went and Tom Brady you. They went and Tom Brady you. They went and hired all the best fucking talent, and you still couldn't fucking produce. You're a scumbag. You deserve to stub your toe. I hope you lose everything.
I brought this up to a worker the other day because we were talking about, Jordan versus LeBron, and I go, see, look, LeBron's a big dude. If LeBron played in Jordan's era, he'd probably be all right. But the fact that LeBron resorts to all the whining and crying, he'd be a marked man. I mean, you had guys like Dennis Rodman and Bill Laimbeer and anybody on that Pistons team that would have just absolutely cleaned his clock for all the whining and the crying that he does. So it would have been fun to watch. But it's also, I look at it as LeBron set up to be able to score as many points as he wants because it's an offensive-driven league. Like, nobody plays defense anymore. Nobody plays it anymore. They play that Olay defense.
Yeah. Where it's like, it's more of a show. I mean, but they pretty much, like, when LeBron was brought in, everybody's like, oh, LeBron James is the next Michael Jordan. He scored 100 points in the basketball game, even though he fucking travels everywhere and nobody says anything to him. Because he's like, oh, that's racist, bro. Like, bro does not care, bro. I fucking hate that shit. It's like, can you speak English? I mean, all this money and you still didn't learn how to fucking talk, dude. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? When they asked Bronny James about, his performance and everything like that, LeBron James is speaking for him. I mean, this kid's a fucking 22-year-old man. Shut the fuck up, dude. Nobody needs you to talk for him. Get the fuck out of the way. And he's like, bro, don't care what people think. All right. Bro's got his own things to do. It's like, you talk to your son like that? That's horrible. You must be a great parent. But I mean, they almost lost to Serbia in the Olympics. I mean, so I don't. I think that they went there with their fucking feathers like really, really fluffed, and they just got lucky. To address what Leo was saying, representing your country was a big fucking deal. And it should be a big fucking deal. It shouldn't be made a mockery. And if it is, you should be pulled from that immediately. Like, nope, you are out, dude. No. I don't care what your contracts say. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. This is about our country. This isn't about you, you fucking cross-eyed simpleton prick. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You got a real good point there, dude. Hey, while I'm thinking of it, guys, we'd like to take a moment to thank every one of you guys for hanging out with us every time we do these shows. These are more fun. These shows are more fun with you guys here because of the interaction. It really shapes the show. And, we're glad that you guys are here. Keep coming back. Bring your friends. Tell everybody that the OTPH show is not only going to the top, but it's going to be well worth the watch. You will never be disappointed. But we want to thank you guys deep down from the bottom of our hearts, because without you guys, we'd just be two dudes talking to a camera and nobody else. Now, You want to talk about now? We were just talking about LeBron James, who, quite frankly, no Michael Jordan. But I got to thinking this week with Scott comeback. Why not talk about comebacks? Now I'm a big sports buff, and one of the and I mean a lot of these comebacks I got to watch firsthand because I mean I'm a diehard sports nut. I'll watch any kind of competition. But we're going to talk about some of the greatest comebacks, and one of them was when Michael Jordan unretired in 1995. When Jordan quit to go play baseball, in 1995, when he came back, he was just worried about being a replacement player because Major League Baseball was about to go on strike, and he just didn't want to be able to get into Major League Baseball as a replacement player. He wanted to earn it on his own. So
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
He released a 2-word press release that just literally said, "I'm back." And in his first game back, he amassed 19 points. He ended up in his third game, I think it was, fifth game, he recorded 55 points in his fifth game back from unretiring. Sorry, kid distracted me for a brief moment.
Listen, I'll tell you what happened with Jordan. Okay, and he didn't retire to go play baseball. Okay, the president of the NBA at the time said, "Michael, you fucking degenerate. You need to clean your fucking self up. Your gambling and drinking is really affecting our fucking league, and everybody's about to leave." That's really what happened. So instead of being like, "Oh, you know, we're going to dishonor you because he is one of the greatest," don't get me wrong. They're like, "Why don't you just go and take care of all your gambling debts, get sober, okay, and come back with a vengeance?" And that's what he did. You know, he did play in the NBA. Not the NBA, but he did 100%. And you are right. He did not want to be a replacement player. But the real reason why is he was actually a degenerate fucking gambling drunk. And that's verifiable information, by the way. You can go look that up.
Our second one was probably, Scott, one of yours and my most favorite one was the 2004 Boston Red Sox over the New York Yankees.
Oh, fuck yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. That was fucking, that was so lovely.
After game, go ahead.
That was just a fucking grand old time. Oh, man. I remember watching that shit. Like, every Yankees fan I knew, I was like, yeah, you guys all fucking suck. You're going to lick my butthole after this one. This is going to be great. 15 innings fucking later.
Yeah. Now, after game 3, because game 3, the Yankees destroyed the Red Sox. I think it was like 8-1 or something like that. Some of the Red Sox players were actually calling Yankees players and wishing them luck in the World Series because they didn't think they had a chance. Game 4 ended on a David Ortiz home run in the 14th inning off of Rivera. Game 6 was. Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. You froze on me. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Say what you're saying.
David Ortiz hit a home run in the 14th inning, which was like almost 1:00 in the morning at that time. And then the next day, or that same day, Kurt Schilling had the bloody sock game.
Oh, yeah, that was a good game.
Game 7.
He's a fucking degenerate, too.
Yeah. He's in a lot of trouble still in Rhode Island after creating the video game company and defaulting on basically every loan he took out.
Yep. Yeah, man, he's a great guy. What about this kid that just got suspended there, the outfielder, for calling
Jarren Duran.
Yeah, I don't think he should have been suspended. I think he should have said sorry. That's what happens. You know how it is, Dave, when you're playing sports, man. Especially they were getting their fucking salad tossed, dude. They were getting their salad tossed that game. So I've been there. You know, Dave, you've been there.
He needs to do better though, and I think that is one of those. We give you I would have said, hey, take the game off. You're going to go through a little bit of sensitivity training, and we'll call it even.
Yeah. That's what they're going to do. And then he donated the 2-game salary to the LGBTQ community for hurting their feelings. To be honest with you, nobody fucking cares. Just show up to watch the fucking game. Like, want the Red Sox to win. If you don't want the Sox to fucking win, prepare to get your fucking nuts busted. If you're an athlete, and I agree, Dave, I agree with you 100%. He's in the limelight. He needs to be more respectable. But go to and if you go to an NFL game, think about how many times the N-word said during a game like that, or an NBA game, or you know what I mean. So for him to like kind of get thrown under the bus for this, I mean, it happens in other sports all the time. I don't see where it's like too big of a fucking deal. I think that he should clean it up because he is. Little kids are there, and you don't want to give them the wrong impression. But even little kids do that shit, man. Oh, thanks, buddy. You know it.
And I mean, what was even better about that was the fact that the Red Sox went on to sweep the St. Louis Cardinals in 4 games. It wasn't even really fair at that point. But the Duran thing, my major problem was he did that while he was taking an at bat. He was going to step back into the box, heard a band something, and he shouted that back at him.
He said, "Get a fucking racket, buddy." I mean, it's the Sox, though. I mean, the Boston fans. I mean, they get upset. Think about what happened when we fucking won. Look at what happened when we won. We literally burnt Boston to the ground. We're like, they're gonna set this bitch on fire, so it never happens again. We tried to Taj Mahal it.
Yeah. Now we also got to remember too. I'm giving this an honorable mention. In 2019, the Tampa Bay Lightning were destroying the NHL. I mean, they were the number 1 seed overall, President Trophy winner by a long shot. Then they got swept in the playoff by the number 8. We're just glad we're here. At that time, Columbus Blue Jackets. But now, my favorite comeback, and I guarantee you it's going to be yours too, was the New England Patriots beating the Atlanta Falcons in what is now known as 28-3.
Yeah. Yes. That was absolutely epic. My entire house is probably like, this is when the NFL was cool, and families got together, and
every Sunday.
COVID kind of fucking killed all that shit because that's what that did.
The funny part about it, you remember that catch by Julian Edelman, where basically if he would have blinked another time, he would have never caught it. Jumping through the legs. What do you think about like
single-handed catches and stuff? Do you think that wasn't that like a fucking single-hand catch?
The ball got deflected by the defender. Edelman stopped, came back, dove for it between the legs of the falling defender.
Oh, yeah.
The ball bounced up in the air, and he caught it probably 4 to 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
But then again, it was also the first Super Bowl ever to go into overtime. Patriots won the coin toss. Tom Brady marked them down, and a toss sweep to James White ended the game.
It's probably one of the most incredible comebacks ever. Definitely lived up to his name, Captain Comeback, for sure. Because Brady did the same thing in Michigan State. So he came back to win. I mean, they were fucking getting their fucking hole hammered too.
I was watching the game with my wife, and when it became 28-3, she decided she was going to go to bed. She's like, "Honey, why don't we go to bed?" I'm like, "No, something's about to happen." And sure, she goes to bed. They score a touchdown. The Falcons go 3 and out. Then there's the fumble. Then it's like, holy crap. Like, she woke up the next day. So how'd it go? I'm like, they won. She goes, what?
You know how much money they made in Vegas for stacking that? I'm almost certain they're like down, because everybody wears an earpiece down there because it's a giant fucking show. So they're like in the booth. They're like, all right, let's stop calling things on the other side. We've made enough money in the books right now. Everybody's going to go home with a nice little fucking chunk in their pocket. Go ahead and let the bird out of the cage. And then all of a sudden the Patriots come back to win with one of the most epic wins ever, regardless if it was staged or not. It's one of the most favorite memories in my life.
This one was before they had all the gambling affiliations and everything else, where it was still illegal kind of to bet on it anyway. But yeah, Vegas, and it was a big time of year.
Fucking pull Pete Rose. Put it all on black.
Yeah. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame as a player, not as a manager. Just saying.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he should be. I mean, it's kind of fucked how they fucked him out of that, man. That's for sure. Who cares? Who cares if he went and bet? I mean, I understand, but they didn't lose. Did they? They didn't lose. They won. So, and he bet for the team to lose. So, I mean, technically, yeah, I get it. I guess you can't bet against your own team, but to bet against other teams, yeah, I could see that. But I mean, inside jobs that happen all the time. Look at what I mean. Kraft, the guy fucking got caught with cocaine and hookers. He pulled a Springer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he got away with it in the long run because
yeah.
You know why he got away with it? It wasn't anything more than
he put another LGBTQ flag in the fucking halls.
No, he ended up. It was a technicality that he got off, like they didn't have a search warrant or something. So, Scott,
they didn't have a search warrant to find cocaine and hookers.
Well, no, when he was getting
you need to have that to catch a guy with fucking blow and fucking hookers.
Yeah, I thought that Robert Kraft got arrested for getting a rub and tug massage.
Oh, good for him.
And then when they raided the place, they didn't have a legal search warrant to do so, so all the charges got dropped. So, Scott, I'm going to bring on some videos because I know you love them.
Yes, I do.
Now, we all love the game show Family Feud because we get some pretty hilarious answers. Sometimes
I love the ones that are like, your wife comes home and says to you, I like those ones. It's
you're gonna love this one. Now, Steve Harvey, the host, asked the question of the 7 dwarves, name how your wife is in the bedroom, or something on that line. You ready?
Any other word out of your mouth but good, you're dead.
No, he wanted to know which one of the 7 dwarves would describe your wife in the bedroom.
Dopey. That's what I'm guessing. I would
have gone no. Nope. I would have gone with Sleepy though. But here we go.
100 married men. Which of the 7 dwarfs describes your wife in bed?
Nope. See, smart
Best
guy.
answer ever. Smart men say nothing.
No. This is a fucking setup. This is a farce, Steve. You fucking gypsy. Selling me some goddamn snake oil. What are you trying to do? My wife is right fucking there. The one that you kissed on the mouth, prick.
The guy in the pink shirt ultimately did hit the buzzer. He goes, I'm just saying this to give you an answer. Bashful.
All right, fair enough.
That was the number 1 answer they played.
Bashful.
So, now you know.
What do you want her to be angry? What do you want her to have angry sex with you? Is she punching you in the face?
Dopey.
You like that bitch? No, I don't actually. That kind of hurts a lot. Shut your mouth. She puts fucking alligator clips on your fucking balls and nipples and then hooks it up to a car battery. Is that what you're looking for?
Use the safe word. Use the safe word.
The safe word's happy.
I love watching these videos where it says if you laugh, you're going to hell because I'm 99% sure I'm driving the bus.
Every single one of us are.
We're all now this one is
these videos get you every time, Joe. You're like, you motherfucker.
This one, and it's usually something like you should not laugh at and that you're going to question yourself afterwards on. This one got me good. It happened quickly, but I'll explain it to you. All right, afterward.
Once away. I'll take 2.
I'll take 2.
That's oh gosh. At least he has a good sense of humor. It reminds me of Crispy from Black Rifle Coffee Company. And he's all fucked up from getting hit with an IED and he's missing a hand. Stuff like he good spirited about it. I mean, I guess you gotta be. Well, what else can you be?
It does you no good to be a miserable prick, so you might as well have fun with it.
I mean, that's if that's what you get in the end. If you lost your legs and you still got your good spirits, I mean, I think you're fucking batting 1,000. That's just my opinion about it. I mean, most people would be like, "Oh, I lost both my legs, my life's over." But
I have to find the video and I'll have to show you off air. There's a music band that is comprised of people with physical and mental disability, and they rewrote "Take on Me" by Aha.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I
it was.
know our crowd would love it, but I'm like, nah, YouTube may not.
Yeah.
So the last video I
James
got
sent me
for you. We have so many inventions in this country, so many great ideas to make our lives better. But I may have stumbled on one that may make you wonder what the original thought was, anyways.
Ball shredder is installed inside the toilet, and the stool is crushed and enters the toilet.
That has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. That is a testicle tenderizer right there, dog. As soon as your butt cheeks touch that seat, your balls getting ripped off like a tag on a t-shirt.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, that's that, and it's gonna send shit everywhere. I mean, that's just like it's a fucking wood chipper for your ball bag and ween, dude, for sure. I mean, and your butt, dude. It's gonna tenderize you like Kobayashi. You're gonna get sucked in. Why would you do that?
A nice hot day, yeah, it's over.
I mean,
I saw that, and my immediate thought was they're gonna, we have to put that in there.
bring more slap tips.
Yeah,
Oh god,
absolutely. We'll look into that. So,
oh man, those
the
slap
last
naps.
thing I want to talk about is the Australian break dancer,
Oh,
known as
yeah.
Ray Gun.
Oh yeah, she's this
so-
lady is like class act fucking Aussie, dude. Oh my gosh, the
We,
fucking dingo ate your baby, mate.
She was the lone representative for the Australian breakdancing team in the 2024 Paris Olympics, and her routine was so god awful she did not score a single point against 3 different countries, one of which was Lithuania, and she lost all 3 of her dance-offs 18-0. She did not score a single point. In fact, she was basically laughed off the stage, and now currently she is a meme. So here's the video. Here's one of the memes.
Oh man, that's I mean, I just don't understand how. So when I saw this, I thought it was a fucking joke. I really did. I didn't even know breakdancing was even a part of the Olympics. I'm like, this is a sport, because I don't agree with it. I don't think that it's a sport. I don't think that skateboarding and BMXing and rollerblading should be involved with the Olympics either. And I'm sorry, I just don't look at them as sports. Not saying that doesn't take athleticism to be any of those things. I just don't look at them as traditional Olympic sports. That being said, breakdancing would be one of those things that would be categorized that, and how this fucking mutant of a person, I mean, got on there. I just don't even know. And her nickname, Reagan, or Raygun. Yeah.
She, well, what happened was Australia does not have a break dancing governing body. They have a ballroom dancing one, but because break dancing is a far cry from ballroom dancing, that the Ballroom Dancing Commission did not want to get involved. So Reagan took it upon herself to create said commission. And the people who were in charge of the commission were her husband, and a bunch of her family members. And then what ended up happening was
Yeah.
basically did not, when they had to hold their competition to see who got into the Olympics, they banned anybody who was better, so that way she could get into the Olympics. And
they were holding people out. Yeah, there's like a huge petition going around in Australia right now.
So Australia decided, instead of getting people with talent, to send this.
Okay guys, an important part about being a performer is being able to express yourself through movement, being able to move your body to convey a message, to get something across.
What the fuck?
My favorite part of that whole thing. Okay, that looked more like an interpretive dance than breakdancing. The thing that got me was that whole move where she's laying on her side, looking like an inchworm having a seizure. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
are
just
you
don't understand.
okay? Now I'm gonna show one more meme that I found. Scott, I showed you this offline. Warnings. Somebody who doesn't normally watch this show may get offended by this. And if you do,
Good.
just laugh at funny.
Oh man, that's disastrous. Look at that. Look at that meme. That's from American History X, where he fucking curb stomps him. Oh, dude. Oh man. Bravo. Whoever did that.
The thing that bothered me is when you stifle real people who not only have real talent but can really represent your country. I kind of get a little pissy with you because you have no reason at all to ever think that, oh, well, I just want to go to the Olympics, so we're going to make sure I can go. I could have won against her, and I can't dance to save my life.
She couldn't. Yeah, no. I mean, I would much rather just die. Don't waste your fucking time. You're going to die from laughter watching her. You know, like this is incredible. And you're right. I mean, I think that she should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of Australian law for fucking cheating her way in there. I mean, they took fucking Shaun White's medals away because he fucking smoked weed, dude. Like, come on, this woman cheated. I mean, I don't know. They let a man fight a woman in the boxing. So, I mean, what can you say, right?
But a lot of it too, she's already been parodied so much that people actually called her up to check in on her mental well-being. But the biggest problem I have is, look, first off, you're representing your country. This is shown not just in your country. This is not just local PBS television. This is shown all around the world. That's kind of what you want yourself to look like. I mean, you and I would think about doing something like that. Yo, wouldn't it be fun if we did this? But in the long run, we'd be like, nah, we're not doing that. That would be stupid.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, I said that I responded to Lou's meme. I said, man, this is some fucked up shit, man. Like, you got me all types of fucked up. And I said, instead of slapping her, why don't we slap the person that allowed her to do this? And then come to find out, it's like, all right, that person deserves to be slapped. But this is the result of patting people on the back for no reason. Like, this is the result of don't say mean things to people. You know, whatever happened to having some friends that are like, you look like a fucking idiot. If you look stupid doing it and you feel stupid doing it, then it must be fucking stupid, you dunce. I mean, I'm not trying to be a cynic, but I mean, I've watched my 2-year-old, my 1-year-old daughter, you know, sit and dance to Bluey better than that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I can get down with Bluey. That whatever I just saw and bared witness, and everybody at home, you know, make sure you bathe yourself in cold water and garlic. It might help. I don't know. For the eye pain that you're feeling right now after watching that, shame on her husband. I think that, hold on, let me see if I can find a video of her husband dancing. Because I think that he's just as deluded as she is. I'm pretty sure I saw a video of it. I sent it to you, Dave. I sent it to you. I know I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger. I didn't just send you the X one. I sent you another one too.
The one about her going to jail?
Yes.
I can't. The YouTube thing. Okay. We take. I mean, I know it probably is credible.
Oh yeah.
She just embarrassed a ton of mostly herself. Because Australia, it was like, okay, we just left it up to them. They told us they knew what they were doing. Okay.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, that's kind of fucked.
Oh, sorry.
This is fucking crazy. What kind of video is this? All right, you're gonna play yours, Dave, and then I'm gonna play one for you. And by the sounds of it, you're ready for sleep. I am too, because I gotta go rub my wife's back. She's had a long, hard
actually,
day.
yeah, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, so
Yeah.
work starts early now. A quick fun story about work, actually. You're gonna get a good chuckle out of this. I'm theoretically at work being retrained. My original training failed, not because of me, but because the company failed to train me properly. Now, I've always thought that training was I'd have a trainer beside me telling me how to do things.
Yep.
Ever since that point, what they told me, hey, Dave, take your time. We want quality over quantity. Just make sure you're doing it right. Ever since that day, I've been getting barked at based upon the fact that I'm not producing enough. And I'm like, but I'm just doing what you told me. I'm making sure I'm doing it right. Well, we're behind, and we had a town hall meeting. For those of you who have never had a job where you had a town hall meeting, that's where they let you gripe about what's not going to happen. And so my department, I bend metal, so I operate a press brake. That got brought up routinely. Oh, the press brake, press brake, press brake. I'm like, I think they're taking a little jab at me over here. And so yesterday I was informed by one of my managers, and it's not because he's a manager, he just thinks he is, that we are no longer going to be training, coaching, or teaching. We have to just put out product, got to push product. And I'm thinking, I'm about to do something I've never done before. I'm pretty sure we want to wait on that theory, but
Yeah, hey man, let's just push them all out, and then you can blame yourself for when I fuck up a bunch of material that's really expensive. You ninny.
Well, it's all steel, but the problem is that these covers are humongous. Like by the time I'm done bending them, they'll be close to 40 inches wide and about 6 feet long.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah,
fun.
that should be fun if that doesn't come out right.
It's
all right, what you got?
When it comes to work, I get sexually harassed by my boss all the time.
I would worry if you didn't. And
what? I'd be worried too. No, it's funny. I say that to her all the time in front of our customers. I'm like, I want to talk to fucking HR. This is a goddamn slave factory.
As your acting HR director, I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I try to have a good time because it makes long days sometimes when you don't make jokes. So, but yeah, this is what I got here for you guys. This is a new advertisement video from Tim Wills's X page. This is on mine, the Granite Bugle, right here. You can see that it says the Granite Bugle. Go check it out. I do reports there all the time. This is where I post all my uncensored shit. This is also where I'll be live streaming too as well. When I do live streams on Sundays and Tuesday mornings. Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, one of the two. Either way, this video right here, I don't know if you can see it. Dave, can you make it bigger? Can we make this bigger? Yeah.
That's about as far as I can take it.
Well, all right. Let's see if I can make it bigger here on my end. Is that better?
Much.
All right. So I guess this is from the Quartering. And yeah, Jeremy from the Quartering, follow him. Great reporting, great commentary. Really good guy, really easy to listen to. He reminds me, yeah, anyways, I'm just going to play this.
Like I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that?
black-
Like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota,
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand
We'll figure that-
my food knowledge.
We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Yeah, I mean, what do you think of that?
Do people tend to forget that she hasn't gotten the nomination yet? Her getting a vice presidential candidate seems kind of pointless right now.
Yeah, I mean, what if Biden starts running again? Is she going to run with Biden? Anyways, that's just fucking weird. Like, they're trying to make them look like they're normal people, but they're not. They're just talking to each other about oh, white guy tacos, just meat and cheese. It's like, that's kind of like your life, you know, Timbo, sorry, buddy, it's fucking bland like you. You fucking look like the Burgermeister from fucking, oh my God, I can't get over it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Tim.
he looks like that creepy old guy sitting in the back corner of a restaurant handing out balloons.
Yeah, he's like Black Pepper is like as far as we go. It's like, oh my God, I can only imagine what life is like with you.
I
I'm
just
sure it's
wanna be like-
horrible.
And yeah, no, I completely agree with you, dude. I'm like, oh, no.
Like, and then she didn't even respond. It was just like, I am the first vice president to grow chili peppers. Big fucking deal, lady. What are you gonna do about this fucking economy? That's what you should be doing. That's what these videos should be. If you could take any advice from me, Madam VP, pull your head out of your ass. That would be the first thing that I would suggest to you. The second thing is get out there and start shaking babies and kissing fucking hands. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about going out there and
Wait,
shaking
whoa,
hands
wait,
and
wait,
kissing
whoa,
babies
whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say shaking babies?
and kissing hands.
Flop that, reverse it. I'm pretty sure you don't want to give. Hey, how's little Jimmy doing? Here.
Vote for Harris.
Yeah. Hey, one shaking baby and another Democratic voter.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Anyways, I mean, it's just that's what they need to be doing. You know, they need to be meeting people on the ground. They need to meet them where they're at, not behind some 4K fucking camera that makes her face look horrible. By the way, she looks like fucking Rachel Zegler from the new Snow White. Hideous. But your fake skin can only stay on for so long when you're a skinwalker. And that's exactly what she is. I don't have zero faith in her. I have zero faith in her supporters. They're very not educated in what's going on right now. They just are so blindly enraged at Trump and they hate him so much. And it's like, it's just so dangerous. It is. It's really fucking dangerous, you know?
I want to give a piece of advice to those people who truly hate Donald Trump. I'm going to give you the easiest answer you will ever get. Vote him in for president, because then you just got to deal with him for 4 more years and he can never run again.
Yeah, well, then JD Vance will take a spot because JD Vance is going to have the similar policies and he's going to be a really hard candidate to fucking try to compete with.
I am starting to really like him. Like the way he talks, the confidence, that little bit of snarkiness to him. Like he's not being like he's not like full blown Trump, but he's like a Trump Jr. Like he is saying some stuff, and you're just sitting there going, "Speak on, JD, you crafty bastard."
Yeah, dude. I mean, like he snuffs everybody. Like he does. He trumps them. No pun intended.
But it just literally like so. But it almost looks like he's trying to be the nice guy about it. You know, like
he is. I mean, he's super casual.
I got you, but I'm gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna make you laugh, but then you're gonna go, "That son of a bitch just took a shot at me."
Yeah, and he did. He does. He does. I think the way that he takes his shot is by not giving into like what they're saying. And he kind of like rolls their eyes and he's like, "We're gonna play this politics. I already fucking told you." You know what I mean? And then goes back to policy. The thing that pisses me off about a lot of these interviews is they try to interrupt them while they're talking. If I may put the pause button, it's like, bitch, let me finish fucking talking, and then you can open up your mouth with your 6-inch fucking fangs hanging out. All right? Just because you have a mean face, a big mouth, and shoulder pads does not make you a tough journalist. It makes you fucking rude. Now, if you want to know what I'm trying to say, why don't you shut the fuck up for a minute and let me finish? Or should I say, excuse me, honey, men are talking. Okay? You're going to ask me a question and then interrupt me. I can be rude right back, but he doesn't be rude right back. I think that that's a great thing for him. I think Trump has learned to compose himself a lot when it comes to some things. And he's really trying to send a message, especially after, the assassination attempt. It's almost like he's a different fucking person. It really is.
That was a close call because we know if he would have moved, if he didn't move his head, he'd be gone. So, hey,
what's up?
No, it's getting comical because I like when JD first came on as vice president. He's like, they want me to debate Kamala Harris. Well, we got to know who's her running mate first. Like they already knew, but there's also rumors that Biden didn't file that letter, that wasn't from him. Which leads you to believe that what if he wanted to be a complete dick and go into the Democratic National Convention and say, "Joke's on you, assholes, I'm still running"?
Yeah, he can.
He's
can.
not
He's
out.
come out. He's come out and said it. He's come out and said it. He said, "I'm not off. I never quit the race. I didn't want
And
to quit the race." He even
I'll say
said
this
Nancy
too.
Pelosi came out and defended him too.
Yeah, I'll say this now too. His wife should be charged with elder abuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I like Biden or love. I mean, I've hated Biden his entire political career. That man is not right, and the fact that they keep trouncing him around like he's some kind of monkey in a circus, I don't like that.
Well, he is a fucking monkey. He's a fucking big
Well,
ass. What do you think of Congress is? It's a fucking group of baboons.
Correct.
Bunch of
And-
asses.
yeah, no, I totally believe it. But hey, man, it is great to have you back. I cannot say it enough. I missed having you, and then because the banter, our back and forth is so seamless and effortless. It makes this show a million times better. I mean, not that it wasn't good with me running, but it's tough because I'm so used to just kind of hanging back and letting you take the reins, which I'm perfectly fine with because it works very well for us. And guys, I'm very happy that you guys have been here tonight. It was an awesome show. I love this one. This one was. I've been grinning the whole episode behind my little spit shield here.
I will be contributing every Thursday, unless otherwise known, for everybody that's going to be watching. Also, you can follow me over Granite Bugle on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook, Scott LaFon, X, and Rumble as well, because the dynamic of the internet is going to change huge now that Google has been caught faking things for Kamala Harris, monopolizing things with GARM. So yeah, they're kind of Mr. Beast, the whole Mr. Beast story. That is a whole nother fucking thing. So follow me over there because I follow that story really, really well. Most of my stuff is either on X or on my actual Facebook page. So go over there, be a fan, like me there. It's actually, I enjoy reporting the news a lot more than trying to come up with a show every Thursday. It's tough. It's a tough battle because I like doing this and having fun and going back and forth with you, but I really enjoy getting the word out to people. And because you don't see, I guess you see an opportunity and you strike, right? And I always wanted to be a journalist, I guess, a reporter, in that sense. So, and I just kind of took it from there, and then I realized like, oh, well, I can do both things. Right. And, then went from there after my little hiatus, and I realized like, oh yeah, this is actually really what I want to do. And I really love doing this, and I missed every day of it. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you got to take a step back and reflect, and that's where real true greatness comes from, is you being able to step back and look at your situation in life and be like, yeah, man, this is a good direction. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. And brings a lot of confidence into yourself. And it shakes off all the burnout. So, and Dave, also, obviously, if you ever need me to, if you ever need to take a fucking break or whatever, let me know, because you already know I got plenty of shit to fucking talk about. So again, follow me over on X, follow me on Rumble. If you don't have Rumble, download the motherfucking shit, because there's way better content over there. It's a lot less censored. It's a little bit more freer speech. It's not, you're not going to find some crazy shit like Rotten.com, but you will find a lot better content. That's I think it's better personally. But anyways, Dave, thanks for having me tonight. I'll see you guys, everybody, next week. Check me out Sunday, 8:00. I'll be doing Rumble and X. So make sure you follow me on the Granite Bugle. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I got some conspiracy videos that will blow your fucking mind, much more. And Dave, I'll text you if you want to be on. So, all right, buddy. Fucking good show. Love everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me back. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next Thursday.
So, guys, there you have it. We're not going to call it a comeback, but tonight, quite possibly, was the greatest comeback in OTPH history, having Scott coming back here. This show was amazing.
You're fucking right. It was, baby. Woo! Yeah, I can't yell too loud because the baby's sleeping. So, but I love you guys. Thanks for being here tonight. Dave, you're fucking awesome. Keep up the good work. Love you. Follow me. Granite Bugle.
Yeah, toddler's sleeping now too. So, guys, absolutely. I'm gonna be going live tomorrow night on the Bowling Squirrel. We're gonna be doing an absolute difficult pattern, so that should be fun. My Sunday league is over, but I may go live for some practices because I could change the angle then at that point. So, guys, We love you here at the OTPH show. We are proud to put on this show that we get to do for you every single week. That's what we do, and we love doing it. Guys, we're going to see you live tomorrow night on the Bowling Squirrel. And if you don't want to watch that Thursday night, we're going to come at you live again. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be another fun one. Guys, we love you. Have a great night. And like I want to tell you guys, you're the best you we have. Let's keep making it happen. Have a great night.